Good afternoon, folks. I hope we're having a wonderful Monday as it's a beautiful day out there right now. As you can see, we're sitting in the, high 50s, lower 60s. However, we're going to warm up a little bit though, but not quite the best thing when you consider what's going on later this evening and into tomorrow morning. So we're going to hop right on into this because this is going to be a very busy forecast. So day one, convective outlook, you can see that we are in a slight risk for most of our portions of the coverage area, except that we do have an enhanced risk clipping Pittsburgh. And primarily, that threat is going to be tornado risk, which really has the potential, especially when you go up towards Pittsburgh, Tulsa, and all that. While it is just barely in our coverage area, we still need to talk about it. Uh, the possibility for strong tornadoes is very much there, and that's what that hatched risk is that chance for EF2 plus higher tornadoes. Now, the damaging wind potential is also there, although it's a bit more toward the north, but once again, it clips portions of our coverage area, so definitely want to make sure that you have everything strapped down, including any porch furniture or trampolines or anything like that. So day one hail outlook, same ordeal, except that we have a lot more of a risk on that, especially a bit closer to northwest Arkansas, and that's due to any supercells that form will have the possibility to form really big hail up to hen size. So might be getting some early Easter eggs just in the form of hail. But looking at the 12Z HRRR uh, reflectivity, you can see some of those supercells forming up ahead of there, and then as we go into overnight tonight, you see that we have those showers popping up. That could bring us an isolated QLCS tornado, but that'll primarily be a damaging wind threat, and you could even see some isolated hail from that in northwest Arkansas. But as we go into the day two convective outlook, you can see that we have that enhanced risk move over to eastern portions of our area now, and then we have that slight risk remaining around the same area. So not much change, just kind of flipping the roles here between day one and day two. But tornado outlook farther to our east, but you cannot rule it out for our coverage area as we are in a 5 and 2% area, and so. Once again, although it may be low, it is not zero, so you definitely want to be paying attention and making sure you're receiving weather alerts. Damaging wind will once again primarily be the same story along with hail, and hail will once again possibly up to hen size. So I want to stress this enough that you want to make sure you have your car packed in somewhere, that way it doesn't get damaged, and don't be driving around in this at all. You won't be able to see anything. Also, don't stop under overpasses to get out of the hail. Uh, for one, if there's a tornado, it's just a vortex there. It's just going to make it stronger winds. And two, that can cause accidents sitting under there underneath an underpass. All right, moving on from that, day four outlook. Once again, we have severe weather. Welcome to spring, y'all. It's getting busy. And so at the moment, that's just sitting at a slight risk, but that will very much change more than likely. Looking at the 18Z 12 or 18Z GFS, yes, correct. I'm sorry about that. And you can see that we have nonstop potential rain, or not potential, we do have rain throughout the week, all the way into Friday and Saturday. And this will bring us a possibility for really big flooding. And you can see on the Weather Prediction Center day three outlook, we're barely in the risk. We're just starting out in the risk. But as we move towards the day four outlook, well, I'm just going to say this. You don't see this very often. A moderate risk on a day four is not something you see every day. And that's indicating a high certainty or a very high confidence of flash flooding going on across northwest Arkansas and even portions into southwest Missouri. But same thing on day five and going into Saturday, we have that slight risk as well. But just because it went down doesn't mean that flood risk isn't still there or ongoing at that time. So no matter what, folks, you want to be prepared and make sure that you have multiple ways of receiving warnings throughout these warning systems as we go into, or throughout these systems as we go into a very active pattern. So stay safe, folks, and I hope you have a wonderful day.